YTBC, this is your boy Coach Shelton Harrison, and in this video I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to talk about my early prediction for Cyborg versus Holmes in the event that fight will happen, and I'm pretty much being Coach Nostradamus because I think that fight is gonna happen. But guys, I dropped this video last night and I took it back down because I kind of changed my mind. I really changed my mind on the thought of this fight. People, I watched Cris Cyborg, and I watched one of her old bouts when she actually fought a Muay Thai bout, and she lost. And I'm sitting there thinking, damn, Cris Cyborg got beat? And I looked at who beat her. It was Jorina Bars. Jorina Bars is a Muay Thai specialist. That's what she do. That's her thing. And she's probably one of the best in the world at Muay Thai. So, okay, she was laying hands and feet on Cris Cyborg. I mean, she laid hands and feet on Cyborg. One thing that kind of really had me kind of like, dang, man, if Holly Holm get in the ring with Cyborg, it's gonna be a brutal fight for Holly Holm. Cyborg kept getting up, and no, man, Cris Cyborg was getting hit with some very critical shots. These are shots, man, that would put anybody out. Any female fighter, it'll put them out unconscious. Cyborg ate them. Cyborg ate them kicks. Cyborg ate those fists. She ate them. She got right back up. Then was right back in Bars' face. She was right back up in her face. And I'm saying, man, what fourth dimension of hell did Cris Cyborg come from? Because Cris Cyborg is hell in that ring. People, I'm not going to lie to y'all. Cyborg is hell in that ring. She hell. But for somebody to take the amount of punishment that Cyborg took and still got back up, got right back into the fight. I mean, we're just ready to go. Man, that's kind of got me worried. Like, dang, man, what is Holly Holm going to do when you get somebody, you knock them down and they get right back up? They right back up in your face. That don't even stun them, man. They just get right back up and they ready to roll. What is Holly Holm going to do? Because I'm telling you what, man, I even know, when I used to fight and I used to box, amateur fight, when I used to box, and I used to hate fighting the Irishman, man. I couldn't stand fighting them dudes because an Irishman, you hit them, man, it's like, man, they happy. You hit them, man, they come right back. The harder you hit an Irishman, they not going down, man. They get right back up and they come right back in and they start fighting. I'm like, God, dog. I'm like, how the hell am I going to beat this bastard? And I was catching him with some really good shots, man. The guy kept coming back. And it kind of have you thinking, man, you be mentally psyched out because you're sitting here thinking, okay, I done hit this dude, I done hit this girl with everything I got, and they still in my face. What do you do? Like Jorina Bars, she brutalized Cris Cyborg for 5 rounds. And I'm talking about not brutalized, because Cris Cyborg got her licks in too. Cyborg got her licks. Cyborg dropped Bars a couple of times too. It was a good fight, but you can tell that there was a definite skill set, discrepancy between Bars and Cyborg. Cyborg didn't have the skills to mess with that girl. Cyborg ain't had the skills, man. But Jorina Bars was brutalizing Cyborg for 5 rounds. I'm talking about brutalized, kicking her, hitting her with critical shots, and Cyborg still is around. Cyborg not even dazed. Cyborg not even stunned. Cyborg ass right back up. What do you do? What do you do with that? You see, the thing with Cyborg is, man, and see, people say, well, if she did that to Ronda Rousey, she can do that to Cyborg. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't think she's going to be able to have the same fight against Cyborg as she did against Rousey. Because one thing, Ronda Rousey flat-footed. She flat-footed. She real flat-footed. And what people made the mistake of doing is they fought Ronda Rousey game. Holly Holm recognized that Ronda Rousey flat-footed as hell. And she knew she can easily outmaneuver Ronda Rousey. It's not that hard. She flat-footed. Miesha Tate actually had a good game plan until she tried to go in there and went balls to the wall trying to strike the heck out of Ronda. You see, she was actually having a lot of success against Ronda Rousey. And I can't remember the other girl, too, who Ronda Rousey beat down. And I want to say her name's Sarah. But I know who I'm talking about. She was having a lot of success striking. But the thing of it is, though, she didn't know how to move, stick and move. She didn't know how to do that. It wasn't in her DNA. She stood there toe-to-toe. And you allowed Ronda Rousey to just come right in on you in a straight line. See, if you're going in a straight line, a girl like Ronda Rousey, she can grapple you. But if you can move around, if you got lateral movement, Ronda Rousey can't do anything with that. We saw that because she flat-footed. Ain't nothing she can do. Okay? Now, they played Ronda Rousey game, and Ronda Rousey continued to dominate him. That's why. They played her game. But see, now, when it's all said and done, Holly Holm and Cyborg not going to be that straight ahead. I mean, it's going to be hard. Cyborg going to be able to cut the ring off. And she did it against Joanna Bars. Joanna Bars literally had to fight with her back against the ropes fighting Cyborg. And she was catching Cyborg, and Cyborg still was coming forward. See, against Holly Holm going to have to be real crafty. She's going to have to be crafty, and she's going to have to fight a totally different fight. This fight will never go to the ground, okay? The one good plus for Holly Holm is that Cyborg is never going to take this fight to the ground. She's not going to try to, unless they accidentally grapple each other, which Holly Holm is an okay grappler. Cyborg, not really a great grappler, not at all. But I predict the fight won't even go to the ground. It just won't. What Holly Holm going to have to do? She going to have to keep Cyborg at a freaking distance, man. She going to have to. Because if Cyborg allowed to get in there, man, and maul her, it's over. Holly Holm ain't going to have a chance. Holly Holm has to win the battle of the range. She got to get distance and separation between her and Cris Cyborg. She going to have to. Because Cyborg is a beast. And I still lean more towards Cyborg because Cyborg got a chin. And she can take an unusual amount of punishment to be a woman. And I really thought that it was really unusual that this woman can take so much punishment. I'm telling y'all, go watch the fight between, Joanna Bars and Cris Cyborg. And look at how much punishment Cyborg took, man. It's unusual, man. Really and truly, some of those kicks, that would have put a person out, man. It didn't put Cyborg out. Cyborg was still game. In the 5th round, when I thought Cyborg would be really, really dazed, man, because she done took so much punishment. Hell no. Cris Cyborg still game. I don't get it, man. Well, I think I get it. We get it. We know why Cyborg could do those things. We know. But, as soon as I mention anything about drug and steroid use, for some reason, YouTube, they try to censor that video, man. I don't know why. But it's subject, topic for another video that I got to try to figure out. But, Holly Holm got to have maybe a different game plan when it comes to Cris Cyborg. She going to have to learn, man, how to, fight people that can cut the ring off. Cyborg can cut that ring off, okay? Now, the fight, I guess some of you guys are looking, and some of you Ronda Rousey fans, y'all still running around here. Yeah, but Ronda was the face of MMA. Really? Ronda was the face of MMA? Ronda was an ugly face of the MMA, because Ronda Rousey, I keep trying to tell y'all, she's not attractive. Neither is Holly Holm, but Holly Holm looked a little bit better than Ronda Rousey. I'm just saying. Cris Cyborg, no, not attractive at all. If you cut the dark lights out, you cut the lights on, and you see Cris Cyborg looking at you, you're going to think you're looking at the devil himself. Cris Cyborg is not attractive. And I'll say, if I had an order to pick between the order, Holly Holm, okay? Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey, Cris Cyborg in that order. On a scale of, 1 to 3. 3 being the worst, where Cyborg is the worst, okay? So we know this not going to be a beauty contest. Not at all. This ain't going to be a beauty contest. This going to be a pure fight. That's all we looking at this for, is a fight. You looking for eye candy? I don't know. You ain't going to get it. You better look at the ring girls, okay? But anyway, with that being said, it'll be a good fight. And I like the fact that Holly Holm wants to fight Cris Cyborg. She don't want to fight Cyborg at a catch weight. She wants Cyborg at 145. Isn't that something how these diva-ass boxers at 147, they can't even, they don't even want to fight the guys at the weight they supposed to fight the guys at. They're always looking for an advantage. Then you got Holly Holm, who underpaid as a fighter, severely underpaid as a fighter. Gotta take deals that she really don't want to take. She's severely underpaid as a fighter. And she willing to go out there and fight the woman at the weight that she's supposed to fight at. She don't want no catch weights, man. That's what I'm talking about, Holly Holm. Holly Holm giving these guys at welterweight, showing these guys how to really do it. Showing you how you supposed to make a fight. Showing these damn promoters how you supposed to make a fight. Cause these people, man, I gotta give props to these MMA fighters, man. I got to. And I've really started following MMA a little bit more than what I have, man, because it's exciting. And you're getting the matchups. And I guarantee you, Holly Holm said, hey, I want to fight Cris Cyborg. That fight will probably happen. I know what's going to happen, so I'm giving you an early prediction, okay? I predict in this fight, okay? I predict this fight to be a draw. The one reason why I predicted it to be a draw, because I can see Holly Holm doing what Joanna Bars did. Sorry about that. I can see what Holly Holm. I can see Holly Holm dropping Cris Cyborg a couple of times. I can see Cris Cyborg dropping Holly Holm. I can see her doing it. It's going to be a straight up striking and kicking match. That's all it's going to be. But I think the striking and kicking match will. I think it's a 50-50 fight. It's completely 50-50. I don't give anyone more of an edge. I think if I only had the edge down the stretch, I may have to give that to Cris Cyborg, man, because Cris Cyborg can take an unusual amount of punishment, man. It's almost like, it's like, man, you can probably snap Cris Cyborg's head around her shoulders, and she'll still come back walking backwards trying to get to you, man. I mean, this girl is brutal, man. But this is your boy, Coach Shelton Harrison. I'm done.